Okay, it's getting dark. We have to make this fast. All right, let's start out with the outline that I sent to you on your email. First thing is going to be your stance, how you are with what you're doing with your feet, how you stand. So what we're looking to do is, if you're going to pull your foot forward, if you're going to move your back foot, it needs to be more precise, okay? So what we'd have you do is, instead of just kind of dragging it, I think it moves, I don't even know if you move your right foot, maybe news to you. When you bring it forward, basically, instead of just dragging it, just pick it up a little bit and set it down, okay? And it's going to end up close to your front foot. Okay, it's going to end up close to this back of the heel of your left foot. And I don't know if you can see from here. Here is what it looks like from the side. But you notice that my heel is up. I'm just sort of on the front of my foot, because this leg, my back leg, is going to be responsible for driving me forward. I don't need to be on my heel at all. My left leg is responsible for driving me up. Okay, so hopefully that's clear and that you can see that. When you're serving, you in particular, you do this. Watch my head. So you notice when my head's all moving around here, in order to find the ball, I have to kind of search for it, right? We want our head still. So when you go through your motions, you get all set and you bounce your ball, whatever you're going to do before you get ready, you take a peek at your opponent. Your head never goes down from here. Your eyes never go down. All it does is it goes up, and you go through your motion. Right? Go through your motion, and your head is going to stay up from there. So we're basically looking up into this spot just before you go to hit the ball. Okay, that was messy, but you get the idea. Okay, so we don't want to be doing this with the head all over the place. The head only goes up, you hit your ball, and then all your head is going to do after is do this. See how it's going forward, it's never going to look down again. So we don't want the head circling around. So on your toss, I don't know what your toss hand is doing because I couldn't really see it, but you want a nice flat hand. I hope you can see that in the picture. I think you're doing something like this. See how my fingers are around? So we want to flatten it down and put the ball across the seams of your fingers and the thumb over the top. So it's not going to be flat like this up to the sky. It's going to be at a slight angle here, because otherwise you have to rotate your forearm around too much. So we kind of want it here with the wrist laid down, so that when you release, the ball will actually go forward. Your ball, I think, is always going off to the left. So if that's where your circle is, your toss would typically land somewhere over here, slightly to the left of it. And we don't want the toss to the left, we want the toss right on that mark, okay? So we want a slightly flatter hand for that toss. The other thing your toss hand does is it finishes, and you finish like this with your palm to the sky. See, my palm is up here and it doesn't go very high. I can't extend any higher like this. So what we're looking for is fingers are going to go more to the sky. You look how much higher I can reach up with this hand than if I'm doing this. This automatically stops my hand from going up. So that'll set a better shoulder angle for you, right? That's talked about in the third thing. We'll go to number 4, which is really important, the uses of the toss arm. The toss arm does the 3 main things for you as far as I see. It tosses the ball up for you, right? It sets a shoulder angle for you. So it's responsible for tossing, setting shoulder angle, right? And then what I'm talking about with this pulling it out of the way, basically you want to lead with that side getting out of the way really quickly. So it'll look something like this here, and then this hand is coming really fast out of the way. So your hitting side can come through. So you notice how mine is pulling first with my rotation. I'm pushing my right hip, and this arm is pulling out of the way, not down, really fast, and then the other side can come through. So you notice how my chest is really open before I even go to hit. That's key. What you do is something like this. So you notice I just kind of came down with it. This arm is doing nothing for me. It needs to go out of the way fast as you can. That way the right side can come through. That's going to change your serve, just that one thing. The other things are all details that are going to help you do that. The other thing I was talking about in my email is when I can always see you falling left, like this. See how I kind of went off to the left? We're looking for you to fall forward in the direction of where your ball is, okay? So you're going to be falling more. Sorry, I haven't picked up a ball all day. We're going to be falling more forward into the court instead of to the left, right? So you see I'm going to get a much better line of drive going forward through that ball. That's where your ball toss is going to be for your flat serve and for your slice serve. And we talked about your grip looking good for those. That's fine. We're probably going to have to do the kick another day. You'll have plenty to do from here. So just looking at the things that you do really well, those are, you've got a really nice service motion. It looks good. It's very fluid, but you don't really get the acceleration that you're looking for. And I call that a 1-2 or a slow and go serve is what you're looking for. That means that the downswing is slower, right? And then we accelerate, that's your second speed. So we're going 1, 2. And since your left arm kind of blocks you, you don't get that speed, you don't get that snap and acceleration for your go to the ball. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about with that. You get good shoulder angle to the ball, but it can be a lot better if you stop doing palm to the sky here, because that doesn't allow your head to go high enough and your arm to go high enough. Fingers up, you'll get a lot better angle. You drive up to the ball well with your legs. It could be more powerful, but once you start to understand, once you get the other things in line, meaning this hand up, your head up, and this right hip going forward, it's going to go diagonally forward and up, and your left leg really thrust off that left leg up into the ball, that'll make a huge difference. Start working on isolating these parts, and when you can't get over to your indoor tennis court, start isolating the parts, meaning I'm going to just practice slowly going through this action with my tossing arm of this. I'm going to pull it out of the way really fast while I'm trying to keep my head up, okay? I'm not even worrying about my legs right now, but I'm going to get this sequence where I'm going to pull this out of the way really fast, okay? And just practice that. Do single serves and just do that over and over and get the feeling of how you're going to combine that, how much more power you can get using this, and then just go to your racket with it. Same thing. And if you want to hold 2 fingers and your thumb on here, or 1 finger and your thumb, the other finger's all ball down onto the end, and that makes it nice and heavy. I've got 2 fingers and a thumb on here, and do the same thing. All right, and you can hear the air going through. All right, same idea. And again with the total serve, and practice your legs. So just isolate it. There's no ball, there's nothing else you're thinking about. Just think about, okay, what is my right foot? What's it supposed to do? I'm going to pull it up here and practice what that sequence is going to be. Just be much more aware of, okay, I'm going to actually pull my foot up. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Hopefully you can. I'm going to pull it up. I'm not just going to sort of drag it up, okay, because it has a specific function to drive that hip, okay? Those are the biggies. So practice, and we'll be in touch soon. Thanks.